Hello, this is Sergeant Nate of Sergeant Nate Fitness. I want to show you our training journal and show you some of the features inside which we feel makes it a very unique piece of equipment to add to your training arsenal. You'll see where it has a lot of information surrounding your fitness history, your health and medical history. All this information we found that could be very helpful in you providing yourself with the proper exercise and training that you need also to lose weight, gain weight, get strength, improve your overall health and wellness and fitness. It has a lot of sections in here that will be able to give you better information, nutrition tips, creative ideas, how to sweeten your food without using sugar and other artificial sweeteners and things of that nature. And you'll see there's information on there for progress, questions, things that you may not have considered to ask yourself. You may find a lot of times fitness instructors will ask you. And this gives you a little general idea to be your own personal trainer, as it was. Your appointment book, where you put in your days that you're going to be training if you're meeting with a trainer or training at a class. Your own personal pledge of keeping to your commitment of your own fitness and excellence. Anything concerning your health and wellness that you need to have medically cleared, there's information on that as well. There's some facts about weight loss management that you'll find that's very helpful. And it's more to it than just losing 5 or 10, 30, 50 pounds or gaining muscle mass and things of that nature. And if you understand these better, it'll help you in making proper selections for the type of workouts you're going to do, whether it's a class or something that you're doing with a trainer on your own. You'll see information of starvation mode and your body fat thermostat, dealing with your metabolism, lowering that, the truth about optimal caloric intake and exercises and motivation, things to keep you up and going, your body's defense mechanism against dieting and starvation, why a lot of times people run into failure in trying to diet conventionally. And this is some information we feel that will help you avoid a lot of the frustration surrounding that. Aerobic activities, cardiovascular fitness, and even your general training heart rate. You hear a lot of people talk about, are you training within or are you training at your max? What's your training heart rate? And it's based on your age and where your heart rate should be for the different things for fat burning and muscle building and all those other things that may seem a bit confusing. And monitoring in your heart rate while you're training and the importance behind all of that, the importance of warm-ups and cool-downs. A lot of people really neglect that as well, but these two features really help in your overall recovery and how your body can adapt to the workouts for each time that you go to train. The truth about water and how water can affect fat loss as well. A lot of times people will eat more thinking they're hungry when they're really more dehydrated. You'll have an anatomy chart here that shows you the various muscles. So when you're working them and you feel some discomfort or you feel the burn or you feel the pump or you see the growth or it's a particular muscle group that you really want to work, you'll have a better idea of where that muscle is and why. Sometimes if you're working one muscle, you may feel it in another part of the body. And then the bone structures as well. You get a little skeletal chart here that shows you the different connective muscles here, the upper body and the lower body, the hips, the knees, the joints. All of those, how they all connect in when you're doing range of motion type like or mobility exercises. And then you get to one of the best features here where you lay out all of your workout information. You have a cardiovascular chart here that shows you the type of cardio you're doing, whether it's inside or outside, the intensity based on your heart rate, and how long you would do your particular workouts. At the very top, of course, you see where it has your date and your times and the weeks of your training period. And then you have the body of it where it shows you the exercise that you're doing, the repetitions, the amounts of weights that you're doing and how many of those. And then further down at the bottom, you see where it has your cool down and stretch and your pre-workout. Now, a pre-workout doesn't mean the supplements that you would take. It just means the amount of sleep that you would get. How did you feel that day? And at the very bottom there, you'll see the training heart rate that you were doing for your cardiovascular condition. The other section over here has more where you would put your meals that you'd have. And you see you can put the times that you've eaten them, and in each block what it is that you've eaten. And then on the other side you'd have all of your caloric values. And if you're staying within a certain amount of calories per day and you're doing your macros, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, this will give you the breakdown. And we're going to look at where you would get all that those numbers and information from. And then you also see what your energy was like. You know, how pumped up did you feel? What was your mood like? Because all of those a lot of times will be very important when it comes to your workout. Further in the journal, you also have a grocery list. It is very good to make sure you plan before you go grocery shopping. I've always stated with my clients, never go shopping for groceries when you're hungry. You tend to get more of what it is you really don't need and going for what you really want at that time. So this way you can check off all those things that you're going to get when you go to the grocery store. Be it, you know, if you're vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, you're doing keto dieting, zone dieting, or whatever the latest trend of diets that are out on the market. And then you have your food comparison charts here, where you would be able to look at the different vegetables, be it name brands, the different types. And in the next section over there shows you the proteins, carbohydrates, and fat value of these particulars. And you'll see you'll have a section that has a lot of your different vegetables here. You'll have sections that have with your different fruits, you name it, your berries, your bananas, apples, and jams and jellies, all those other particulars. A lot of name brand foods you'll have in there as well. You get over to your carbohydrates where you have all your baked goods, breads, crackers, cookies, cereals, oatmeals, and muffins, and nutrition bars. A lot of times people will get those particular bars thinking they're very healthy, and you really have to look at them. You look at the caloric value of those. All of these features are inside this little journal, and you have your pancakes, your pastas, potatoes, rice cakes, and your soups, and all of the tempeh, tortillas, waffles, spaghetti, soups. You get down to your proteins, you have your bacons, your beans, all of those other protein-based, beef and cheese, and let's see what else you have in here. Your chicken and your chili, all of these other pieces of protein that you'll have, fish. And then again, the other section of that shows you the caloric value of each of these that you will have. And this way, it will help you make better decisions when it comes to getting your foods together. All of your condiments, your salad dressings, and all of those dairies that you would have, and different varieties of foods. So this particular journal carries a lot of information, and it's more than just a notebook where you would just jot down the exercises that you're doing and your information. So if you would like to get a copy of this guy here, just go to the link above the below the video here to our web store and place your order. We'll get that right out to you, and you'll find that this will be very helpful because, again, it's more than just a notebook of jotting down information. It's a lot of information that we feel will be very helpful for you in your journey for optimal health and wellness. And so we hope to hear from you. Sergeant Nate, out.